Welcome to Module 3. This is the halfway point. Yay! Okay, so as you can see here, we have listed out all of the reader responses you need to complete, all of the discussion boards that you need to complete. In this particular module, you're actually going to start writing your final paper. So this module requires you to complete your intro, thesis, and outline for peer review, and then you have a final submission. This also asks you to use a word cloud generator. There are several of which that are free online, and what these do is try to help you focus your main point and ensure that you're actually making the point that you think you're making. So there are more details about that in the module. Again, learning outcomes, read through those. You have 3 readings for this particular module. The first is in a selection from They Say, I Say by Graf, Birkenstein, and Durst. This lays out all of the ways to introduce academic speak into your paper using the resources that you've already found. Why this is super helpful is it highlights how important the point that you are already making in your paper is to your overall paper. So remember, everything needs to be structured around what you have to say, and then you use all of your secondary sources to support the point that you're trying to make. So for outline purposes, and we'll have more information on this, you may have several sources that support one very specific idea, but the idea is the conclusion you're coming to based on what each of those individual sources have to say, and They Say, I Say helps you outline that. Giltro Chapter 2 and Chapter 4 both talk about very similar things. They also provide additional peer review strategies for you. I've created infographics on grammar, peer response, and editing to help you. I've included a link to Grammar Girl. I want you to go and explore that site and see, okay, now that you're halfway through this particular course, what do you think you need to know about grammar, and see if you can find it on Grammar Girl. And then finally, you have one video by J.K. Rowling. She gives a graduation speech on talking about failure and how much she failed before Harry Potter became super awesome. It's a fantastic video. She's very well spoken. She has a lot of really important things to say that can help you understand how other sources can be integrated and the importance of peer review. So if your first one is a failure, that's okay because you have multiple options. Reader response information, and then the 4 reader responses that you need to complete for this particular module are all listed. The discussion boards are listed. Grammar Girl, student-led presentations. This is the last module with student-led presentation, so at this point everybody should have completed one, or they will be completing it in this module. Module 3, discussion board 3 is on editing and editing failures. So this is a combination of Rowling and the failures of communication that you've previously seen, especially on social media. So when somebody posted a message that nobody understood, or that nobody got, or that somebody did not edit before posting, something of that nature. Funny, tragic, whatever you want to go with. Module 3, discussion board 4 is your introduction, thesis, outline. You'll actually, those are the peer review strategies. Discussion board 5, you'll actually peer review. And then discussion board 6, after your peer review, you are going to load all of your intro material as well as your annotated bib into a word cloud generator. I provided one here, which is wordle.net. There are a bunch of them. There are also resources on my blog. You can find a link to my blog in module 4 so that you can use any word cloud generator you're comfortable with, and you want to see what does it highlight, and then does it highlight what you thought it did or not, and then what are your strategies for modifying that. Post your word cloud in here so that your peers can provide feedback, and you will also receive points from us on that particular module. Student-led presentation information is posted. Introduction, thesis, and outline information is posted, so be sure to read through that so that you get all of the key points that you need to address in your intro. And then there's the information for the self-reflection journal. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me.